I always talk about the little wins and making sure that you pay very close attention to those. Daphne here. Welcome to day 29 of raising my manifesting vibration to get what I want. And if you're just joining me, make sure you watch my intro video as well as these 1, 15, 27, yeah, we should be pretty good, 27, 28, yeah, something like that, just so you have an idea of what I'm talking about. But I talk a lot about counting your wins, no matter how small, because for me and everything that I am reading and putting into my brain has confirmed that you have to be open and aware to that, and the more you pay attention to them, the more natural it becomes, just like anything else. Anytime you start to do something new, once you practice it enough, then eventually it just becomes second nature and you don't even think twice about it. Well, today I had a huge win. I was able to shift somebody's energy, and that's, a complete stranger. And that wouldn't have been something that I really realized what I was doing before. I would notice it, but today it was completely different. And let me share with you what happened. I went to the grocery store today, and I got in line, and I had a fair amount of things. I didn't have, a ton of things, but enough to not go through, the express line or the self-checkout. And the grocery store was a little busy. And I go through this line with this woman, and she doesn't look like she's having that great of a day. So I had something inside of me say, "Hey Daphne, why don't you ask her how her day's going?" And so I said, "Hey, how's your day going?" And she's like, "Meh, it's okay." And I'm like, "Well, you gotta be off pretty soon, right?" And she's like, "Well, off at 6:30, it's like 4 o'clock at this point." I'm like, "Well, that's not too much longer." She's like, "Yeah." And usually the conversation would end there, right? There's really nothing more to say. But she goes on. And she goes on to tell me that, her best friend / mom just moved out today. And she's heartbroken over it because her mom was actually living with her and her husband, her being the grocery store clerk, and her husband, and her mom was living with them, and her mom had her boyfriend living there as well, but she, let's call this grocery store clerk, let's call her Jennifer, just to make it easy. So Jennifer and her husband decide that mom's boyfriend has got to go because he is, she told me that he lies, steals, cheats, and is just not good for her mom and, everybody in the house. So Jennifer and her husband decided that, mom's boyfriend had to go, and they, kicked him out earlier this week, and today her mom chose to leave and go move in with the boyfriend, who is, according to Jennifer, no good for her. So she says, so I'm really bummed out about that. My mom isn't there. And I don't know why I said this. Let me rephrase that. I'm not going to question where it came from. I was told to say it, so I just did. And I said, well, they said, yeah, I said, that really sucks about your mom, her being, your best friend and everything. I said, but what about the energy shift in your house? I said, with him no longer there, you're able to go home and really relax in your own home and feel at ease. I said, even though your mom's not there and that, that's unfortunate right now, but I'm sure that she'll, come around, she'll come visit. But in the meantime, you've reclaimed your own home. And she goes, yeah, you know what, you're right, I absolutely have. And, my mom's not really that mad at me. I mean, she just wants to go be with her boyfriend, but, her and I are still, talking and on good terms, and you're totally right. I can go home and spend time with my husband, and we don't have any stress about it. And even just talking about it, I'm getting goosebumps. And it's so amazing that I was able to change somebody's entire day and view on a situation that I know nothing about, just because of my own personal development. And that was such an amazing, amazing feeling. And I wouldn't have been able to do it had I not committed to myself and improving myself. And it's funny, that situation just happened. I just realized let me tell you the connection I made. I'm sure you saw it in my face there. Today was also my first coaching session with my aunt. And her and I are able to completely remove our previous relationship out of it. I'm completely honest with her. She's completely honest with me. And I know that there is no bias or anything like that. It's, she's a coach, I'm a client, and that's it. So we were talking today about making my focus on me and changing me and not worrying about everything else that's going around, no matter what it is, not worrying about anyone or anything else going on, just focusing on me. And that once I do that, then I will see shifts and changes around me. And that's exactly what happened. It's difficult to get started in something, but once you do and you stay consistent, eventually it starts compounding. I have a video that can help explain this type of momentum and how it really works and how it just kind of snowballs. The video is called The Penny Challenge. And I understand a lot more now than I did when I made that video, but there's enough information in that you can listen to it and get an idea of just exactly how this works. It's a compounding effect. It's really neat. But since I already did that video, I won't go into that on this one. But it's all because I decided to take control of my life, and I didn't know how it was going to happen. I just knew that I had to do it, and it's taken a few months for me to really get going, but it's going, and I'm seeing evidence of that every single day in little things. And every single video that I make, this has basically become a diary for you to see that change is actually possible, and for me to be able to go back and see exactly what it is that happened. And I'm having a really hard time keeping these videos less than 8 minutes, and thank you for sticking through with me to this point. I really, really thank you for watching this video, whoever you are. I'd like to get to know you as well. You can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/workingforjugs. And I really do want to connect with each and every one of you. I want you to watch all of my videos, and hopefully it can be an inspiration to you. And, and if you want to see the manual that I'm following that is helping me to create all of this, the link is down there below the video, or if you're watching this on my blog, it's probably above this video. And if you're watching this through Facebook, through YouTube, however you're watching it, the link is around there. If you can't find it, just get to my YouTube channel, which surprisingly is Working for Jugs. You can find me on any of that, or just search the title of this video. It'll all come up. And there's a link in each video for the manifesting manual that I'm following, because it's just amazing. I even got up this morning, and literally the first thing we did was we celebrated our day, me and my babies, and then we went swimming in the pool, and then I did my meditation just like I'm supposed to, and this was the first day that I was able to do it in sequential order. So that was, a huge step for me, and today has just been a wonderful day. Alright, I'm closing here on 10 minutes, so I'm going to cut this now. It's getting long. I got all of my important information, so stay tuned for day 30. I'm closing close on my 30-day goals. They didn't start the first day of my challenge, so those will be coming up here soon. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for day 30. And I'm so excited to see what is going to happen in every single moment. All right. I will talk to you later.